Okay, it's Tuesday night, and I've finished with my second full day of teaching. I gotta look at my notes here, see what happened today. um, Today was the first day that I worked with the sixth grade choir for the full period. In the fall, I did a lot of warm-ups with them and a couple like fun solfege exercises. But today was the first day that I got them for the entire period, and it was there were some good parts and there were some awkward parts for me. I guess I really realized today that I have no idea like what style they're used to learning music in. I have no idea how Leanne teaches the music because I didn't get to see it in the fall when when I was there, because they just did a lot of theory. So I have no idea whether they're doing it by rote or if they're really reading the music. And so I wasn't really sure. I mean, I know how I want them to learn music. It'd be great if they were reading, but I have a feeling that they learned a lot by rote because they just the music was not helpful to them. Except I did make them read the words. I made sure that I wasn't giving everything to them because I did teach a lot by rote today. But I made them read the words so that at least they had music in their hands and they were looking at it. I noticed today that they really struggled retaining parts that we learned. So they're singing two-part music, and the alto / second part is really strong. There's like two or three really, really strong singers in that group. And they rocked their part when they learned it. And the sopranos, or part one, although it is all women, they just really struggled remembering their part, which made me nervous because it's the melody. And so I was a little concerned about that. So I'm gonna have to think about how to teach them music, I guess. I was also, let's see what else I wrote. I was also pretty nervous about the whole class period because Leanne was just walking around and singing along or standing in the back and singing their part for them with me, and it was like, oh, you're making me really nervous and antsy. Like, I really wish that you weren't doing that. And then when she wasn't doing that, she was just kind of sitting in the back just watching it. It was like, okay, I know that you're allowed to do that, but for me, it just makes me nervous. Then after the class, I asked her, of course, what have you been how have you been teaching them? I don't know, because they're not my kids, and it's not ever going to be my class, and I don't want to come in and totally change the way that they're learning music. I want to kind of try and follow what you've been doing so it's familiar to them, and then do my own thing with that. And she was totally vague in her answer. She was like, oh, just do whatever you want. And I was like, oh, okay, it's not helpful. And then the other thing I really struggled with today was warm-ups for those kids, because they're just kiddos and they have really young voices. And I totally drew a blank today when I was doing warm-ups. It was because all the ones I had thought about and kind of planned, really their voices just didn't seem to handle it. I definitely can't do arpeggios with them, although I want to find a way that I can do it with them. But the long Z, ah, Z, they just totally it was they couldn't do it. So I guess maybe I need new warm-ups for them, or just maybe I just feel like I don't even understand their voices right now. And I thought I did. I thought I knew enough about middle school voices, and now I feel like my whole teaching ideas are crushed. I have no idea what to do. And they're preparing Pop's music right now, so that's special. I just am such a huge not fan of Pop's music, but I understand. They love it. They're doing The Addams Family and Rainbow Connection, and they all love The Addams Family, which I thought was funny because I've never even seen an episode of it, but they apparently all know the song. So, a lot of thinking to do about the sixth graders. maybe I need to rethink some of my warm-up strategies and my teaching strategies. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. As far as the high school goes, I worked with the women's choir today, and we tried a new piece because one of their pieces is a little too hard, so I gave them a new 3-part piece that doesn't split as often into 3 parts. And they really loved it, and it's got a solo, and they're already asking when solo auditions are. Oh, Lord, what have I gotten into? That's good. So I really enjoy working with the women's choir. They're a lot of fun. And I guess we'll see how 6th grade goes tomorrow. And other than that, day 2 complete.